You're now looking at a squeeze page, and it is one of the keys to your being able to generate success continually on ClickBank. You must be collecting names and email addresses of those who are going to be interested in the products and services that you're going to be offering them as an affiliate as well as a product creator. So you've got to be collecting names and email addresses on squeeze pages. You should be collecting names and email addresses just like the page here when you are recruiting affiliates. You should be collecting names and email addresses just as this blogger is. You should be collecting names and email addresses even when you are having people to subscribe to your newsletter. List building is your first focus as a marketer. Whether you are going to be a product seller primarily or an affiliate marketer primarily, your first focus in generating success on ClickBank has to be list building, and you should be collecting names and email addresses at every chance that you have the opportunity. And it must be ongoing. So you don't do this one time and then you're done. You should be looking for various opportunities throughout the sales process, throughout the affiliate recruitment process, throughout the bonus delivery process, to be collecting names and email addresses. You should be doing product launches because this is an excellent way for you to be able to collect names and email addresses to build your list. You should be doing ad swaps as you can. As you build your list and as you grow as a marketer, look for opportunities to build your list. That is probably the primary thing that you must do in order to generate success on ClickBank. That is what this guide is going to be doing. It's going to assume that you're going to be looking for opportunities to collect names and email addresses to build your list. Now, you will want to start promoting the products of other product creators, and when you have a list, this is going to help you in recruiting them as an affiliate. Now, the more sales that you can generate for an affiliate, the more they'll take note of you and they'll answer you when you contact them, and that's going to be increasingly important as we get into some of the strategies we're going to be talking about in this video. How can you generate your own success on ClickBank? Now, all of what we've just talked about is preliminary and background to our real discussion. So, to conclude this preliminary information, you must make list building your primary focus. It must be ongoing, and you must look for opportunities to do it at every turn. Now, given that you're going to be doing that, let's now look at what it's going to take for you to then take that leverage and generate your own success as a seller on ClickBank. Now, one of the things that you're going to want to consider is that you are going to want to create your product funnel ahead of time. Now, what do we mean by product funnel? You want to make sure that you're going to have a front-end offer and upsells. So in other words, you're going to want to have your product that people are going to buy, and then you want to give them the opportunity to buy additional value by giving them upsells and downsells, so that you will then give your affiliates the opportunity to generate an income when they promote your product. That's very important because affiliates like to see opportunities when they can generate a lot of income on a sale, because it makes it worth it for them in order to market your product. Now, even if you haven't fully finished the product, and this is very important in terms of the timing of what you're trying to do, you should start creating marketing materials for your affiliates before you finish the product. So as you have these products planned, you want to then start creating your materials so that they can take a look at them. Now, what do we mean by that? You're looking at a JV launch page, and you're looking at a page that will tell you where you can get links, what the product is going to look like, so that affiliates can then start preparing their marketing campaigns. They can figure out what it is they're going to earn. They can figure out what they're going to set their goals for. They're going to then take your information, and you want to give them as much information as you can as soon as possible. You want to tell them what the sales funnel is going to be. as this marketer is doing. Right? You want to tell them these things. You want to tell them what they're going to be able to tell their buyers. Now, one of the keys that you need to understand about this is why this is important. You want to make sure your product has value for that affiliate, because every time that affiliate mails, they run the risk of getting people to unsubscribe. So you want to make it worth their while to promote your product. And as you can see, this marketer is doing a great job of giving their affiliates the opportunity to know exactly what they're getting into, exactly what they can tell their people, and they're giving them the opportunity to do what? They're giving them the opportunity, once again, to opt in so they can find out more and get JV updates. Right? And so you want to do this ahead of time. You want to give as much marketing information as on the front end as you can, and probably even before you finish the product, start giving marketers the opportunity so that they can set their calendars to know when they're going to be marketing for you and how great your product is going to be for them. Now, one other thing that you want to consider is affiliates need degrees of cut and paste materials that they can use to market to their list. You want to make it easy for your affiliates to promote for you. And so you want to give them more, not less. Not all affiliates are going to need the same level of detail, but as much detail as you can give them, give the affiliates the opportunity to make it easy to promote for you. You also want to create demo videos that they can download and rebrand. You want to make sure, use Camtasia and ScreenFlow so that you can create videos that they can use to then put on their YouTube channel or put on their website. And then if you need to show them how to rebrand the video, show them how to rebrand the video. You should be understanding now that what you're doing as a seller is making it super easy and convenient to sell for you. So you're doing everything you can. You're giving them information up front, and you're giving them tools in order to sell for you. Now, you want to create blog content for your affiliates. You want them to be able to use it on their review blog. Now, you want to make sure that in your blog content, you are emphasizing the benefits. Make sure that it's cut and paste simple. You never know how an affiliate wants to actually promote. You don't want to assume they're going to be sending emails. Some affiliates, they send traffic to their affiliate site, and so they want this kind of content. They want it to be easy for them, and they'll promote for you when they know you've made it easy for them. Create banner ads and content for your affiliates. Don't assume that they're using any particular way. Give them every opportunity to promote for you. Create marketing emails, of course, which you have already seen. They're called swipe emails that you can use, or that the marketer can use, in order to send to their list. And of course, what you're going to do is you're going to be creating social media posts also for Facebook and Twitter. Once again, you don't want to assume that a marketer is using any particular way in order to promote your product. Give it all to them so that they can just cut and paste, pick it up, and go and start promoting for you. Okay, for example, here's a marketer that's giving swipes emails. Right? You can see this on their JV page. Follow-up emails. Right? They're making sure that they're giving you everything that you can possibly do. Extra emails that you can use. Banners that you can put on your blog, and you can see these there. They're giving you blog posts that you can use. Again, see, this all makes it easy for you to promote for this product creator, and you want to do the same thing. You want to make it so easy for a marketer to just pick up and do extremely well with your product that you want to give them all of the marketing material that you possibly can. Notice how this marketer on their JV page is showing you samples of what's going to be inside of both the product and the one-time offer. They're giving you a demo, and this actual demo is actually on YouTube, which means that you'll be able to at least use the embed code on your website. So you've got all kinds of materials and examples. You want to give your buyer or your affiliate the ultimate in tools so that they can sell for you. And now the key is going to be creating excitement for your affiliates to mail for you often, because the more that they follow up with their particular list and their buyers, you're going to be able to generate more sales, they're going to generate more profits, and so you want to get them excited to do that. And that's one of the reasons why you want to have that JV page, which is basically going to be a WordPress blog. So it doesn't have to be fancy, just needs to have all the information there that your affiliates are going to need. Now, of course, if possible, one of the things that you're going to want to do, depending on your budget, depending on what you have, depending on what you can give away, is you want to create a contest for your affiliates. Be creative with your prizes. If you can't give everyone cash, then make sure that they're getting things that they would really want. Okay, be creative, but ultimately, affiliates are going to they're going to be after the cash, and if you can invest some cash in your project, they are going to mail for you. Now, you want to ask affiliates, and we talked about this before. Now, this is not just for list building purposes, but this is part of what you're going to do in order to keep them excited. You're going to be talking to them about what it is that's going on in your contest. You're going to be talking to them about the launch. And so you want to get them to opt in as soon as you possibly can, early as you can before the launch, because you want to keep them abreast of what you're changing, of what's going into the product. And this is one of the reasons why, again, you start your marketing before you finish. Right? Before you finish that product, start your marketing, because you can then keep your affiliates aware of what's happening so that they can then get their list in line in order to get ready to hear about your product. Now, here's why all this is important. The more affiliate activity, and this is key, and you're going to want to really take note of this point here. The more this activity that you have, it's going to dictate a measure on ClickBank called gravity, and that good gravity on ClickBank helps to create a snowball effect that'll put you at the top of their marketplace, so that more affiliates are going to hear about your product when looking for them and then want to promote it. Now let's take a look and see what we mean when we say that. Now, when marketers are looking for products to promote, whether it's during the launch period or not, they are looking at one measure inside of ClickBank called gravity. And gravity has everything to do with the activity among affiliates and how much success they're having. And when you are having and your affiliates are having success, in other words, the people that are promoting you are making money and they're generating activity, well, when someone goes in to search for products inside of a category, they're going to see these products with lots of gravity at the top. This is going to mean that more people are going to see your product and more people are going to promote it. It's really just that simple. The more activity that you can generate among affiliates getting that gravity, you will then get more heavy hitter affiliates who will see your product and want to send it out to your list, which only generates more income for you, even though, yes, you're sharing it with an affiliate partner, but you're building your list at the same time. You are also generating sales as a product creator. So even as you're generating success as a product creator, you also want to generate success as an affiliate at the same time. This is really how you really supercharge your income on ClickBank. Now, the key to your success as an affiliate, as was said before, is going to be your ability to mail to your email list. Okay, that is really, once again, you want to keep this to be your ongoing activity, which is to build, manage, and cultivate your list. Now, what you're going to do as an affiliate to generate success is you're going to be sending your buyers to a pre-sale page on an affiliate review site. Now, you might wonder what that looks like. We're going to show you what that means here. And when you're reviewing your product, you want to make sure to build a buyer up to buy the product based on the benefits. You want to do that before you start talking about what's in the product. Do that before you start talking about the features. In other words, you want to use good psychology and good copywriting on your affiliate site. Let's take a look at that. As you can see here, this affiliate, all they've got here is a WordPress blog. Very basic. They've got everything here to make it easy for you to buy. They've got videos, they've got links, and they've got explanations about what the product is and what it does based on the benefits and giving you the opportunity to buy. Plus, of course, they're offering their own bonuses. Now, once again, this makes it easy because they can send their email list to their affiliate blog to find out more about the product. So in other words, it's not just from the email to a link. He wants them to come to his page so that they can find out about the bonus, right? Because it has much more impact for you to show them the bonus rather than to hear you talk about it in the email. You want them to see the actual bonus. Okay, some important things here to note. Okay, we talked about making sure that you've got a unique bonus here. We're talking about the review process, having a video on that page. Now, if possible, you want to have a case study because that has more impact, even on your review blog. And of course, you don't want to offer this bonus indefinitely. You want to make sure to reward those who take action fast on your offer. So even if someone comes back to get the product through your review blog, you want to increase the urgency for them to buy by making sure that they take action fast on your offer. Now, and kind of closing this up, your focus should always be on list building. So when they get your bonus, make sure that they're going to be able to get it, but make sure that they've got to opt in for it. Now, in particular, when you're creating a product, it's not something that you want to do to make your buyer opt in to get the product they paid for. But when you're offering a bonus, that is something that you want to create the opportunity for someone to opt in to get. Because if someone comes to buy an affiliate product, they may or may not be your customer. But you can make them your customer by having them opt in for your bonus. That is one of the keys to your being able to generate your own success as an affiliate on ClickBank, because when they become part of your list, that becomes someone that you can actually market your products to. Now, lastly, as you have them join your list, as you have them sign up, make sure to keep them engaged. Keep them engaged with some regular education, some regular videos, and some regular webinars and some events that really show them that you not only appreciate what they've done by making your purchase, but also really trying to help them. Once again, it doesn't benefit you to burn your list out, doesn't benefit you to have them run from you. You want to be able to market to them, yes, but at the same time, make sure that you're giving them something back. Make sure that you are rewarding them for being a part of your list. That's one of the keys to your being a success as an affiliate on ClickBank. Okay, so with that, thanks. Have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care. Okay, we are going to be talking about a strategy primarily used by super affiliates, and you will be able to use this strategy in your business to use affiliate promotions to your benefit. Now, what you're going to need first, and we don't have time to cover this in this video, but you will need a reliable and a relevant traffic source. In other words, the traffic that you have coming to your offers does want what you have to offer, and you want to make sure that if you are focusing on the make money online niche, that is the traffic that you are focusing in this with this strategy. Now, in particular, you will need to understand the offer. So if you are going to market a product as an affiliate, you need to understand first the offer. You need to understand the benefits. You need to understand what it does. And you need to understand how it is presented. All those things are going to be important because what you are going to need to look for in order to make this strategy work is the weakness in the product. In other words, you're going to have to assume that all products, everything that has been created by any info product creator, is going to be incomplete in some way, because once you figure out how it's incomplete, then that's how you're going to be able to use this strategy, which is to offer a bonus that really does bring value to the buyer. You will be able to use this in order to gain more buyers to buy the product through your link. What you're going to do is you are going to create a bonus that could be considered worth more than the product itself. And we'll be getting into that in this video. Now, you are going to take this bonus and you're going to create real value for the buyer. In other words, you don't want to rely on stacking bonuses. In other words, if you have a product in the make money online niche, it's common among marketers to find resale rights products and find other products that maybe they've created and to stack them and offer them in addition to the purchase of the affiliate product. And while that can be effective, what is most effective is when you create a bonus that provides real value for the buyers. That is really going to be key in what we are trying to do here. Now, the other thing that you're going to want to do is you want to get helping the buyer. In other words, real value is helping that buyer, even if they're buying as an affiliate, to get real, faster results with your bonus. That's one way to create real value. You can help them to take the product they're buying and then to get results faster with something that you're offering, and you make that apparent in your sales presentation, well, they're going to be willing to buy more readily. The other thing is that you can do is you can help the buyer get more of what they want with your bonus. We're going to be explaining that as this tutorial goes along. Now, here's what you're going to want to know about this strategy. In particular, when you're looking at a product to promote as an affiliate, we're going to be talking about something that's going to take a little more work than the normal strategy. It's going to take, it's probably going to cost you a little more. Therefore, if a product doesn't create a page that's just for their JVs that gives you lots of information about the product in addition to promotional materials, it may not be worth your time to go through this process. And that's important to note. I'm going to show you right now what a JV page looks like so that you'll know what you're looking for when you start determining, well, what kind of product is going to be worth it for me to put together this kind of effort. Now, what you'll notice is that I am inside of the ClickBank Marketplace, and you'll notice that here are a number of products. And what I'm going to do is if you look right in this area, you'll see a URL, and you'll see this throughout the products that you see in ClickBank. And this URL is actually it is a website that's dedicated to the affiliates. In other words, here's something that the product creator put together for the affiliates so that they'll have marketing materials and so that they'll be able to find out what the product is all about and what it really offers. I'm going to take you to that page briefly. Now, this product is one that has been off the market for a little while, but you'll get a good example of what I mean when I say that you'll want to take those products that have a JV page seriously when it comes to executing this strategy. Okay, so you'll see that this is the Google Sniper product. You'll notice that there are a number of things here just for the affiliate. They've got the link there, and then they've got a place where you can get on their email list for affiliates. Now, what you have here is you're going to get access as soon as you sign up for this part of the mailing list. You're going to get access to promotional materials. I'm going to go ahead and go through that process here with you. Okay, so now I'm on the other side now, and what I've done is I've put in my name and email address there. And what you're going to notice now is that there are a number of tools available to you. Now, I did this so that you'll know this is the kind of product that is going to be worth the effort that you're going to put in using this strategy. The payout's going to be enough. The product is probably going to convert. There's probably been effort put into the sales page. There's probably been a copywriter hired, because if you're going to do this and you're going to send traffic to a page like this, you want to make sure that the effort has been put in by the product creator to make your effort worthwhile. Now, I want to give you a couple of cautions about this strategy. First, this is not going to be a free method. So this is not going to be something that is basically one that you're going to be able to execute with no money involved. You are going to need to spend some money, and you are going to have to spend some time with this method. This is probably not also a Fiverr method. Now, I know there are a lot of methods out there where you can use Fiverr exclusively, and they're very easy, because the objective of this is really for you to maximize commissions on those products that really do convert. And so you are not going to necessarily, now you might be able to have some of the things outsourced to Fiverr, but in general, there are going to be some things in here that you want to start using in order to start building and establishing a business longer in term. Now, you will need to spend money to create a top quality bonus. Now, if you try to shortcut this, you won't see the results that you could see, because in this way, even having a list is not going to be enough when you're competing with other affiliates, when you're competing with other people who are going to be marketing the same products that you are on your list. Now, when you create real value for your buyer, this is another caution, you are going to be rewarded when they recognize the quality in what you're offering. In other words, you do want to take time to create something that's really going to help them implement what they're buying. And it really doesn't matter what niche you're in. Now, your bonus, and this is very important, it should be worth a minimum of 10 times the value of the product being sold, and it should not be like any other bonus available. So this is one of the dangers that you don't want to fall into when you're putting together, or you're stacking bonuses, or maybe you're getting resale rights products. You don't want to have anything that's going to look like something that someone else is doing. And as stated earlier, you're going to need to be willing to create marketing materials to market this bonus. So on one hand, you're going to create something that's going to help that buyer to implement faster, or to get more of what they're getting when they buy that product. But you're also going to want to create your own marketing materials to market your bonus. And this is really the powerful, the most powerful step in this process, is you're going to market this as if it is your own product. Now, here's how you're going to be able to get your buyer results faster. Now, if you can, you want to try to get review access to the product so that you can see all this being offered. Remember, what's important here is you're trying to find the weakness in the product so that you can create a bonus that brings that product up to what the buyer really needs in order to implement quickly. Now, the question is, can you help the buyer with better marketing materials? In other words, if you're working inside of the Make Money Online niche and they're going to be looking to make money online, can you give that buyer something that they're going to be able to cut and paste, take your marketing materials that you're giving them, and then implement instantly so they don't have to create their own? Now, so you're going to want to have these created. And again, I'm gonna stress this again. Don't be cheap when you do this. Go ahead and give the buyer something that's really going to be of value to them, because they're going to recognize that when they see it. Here's another question. Can you help your buyer with something that's a cut and paste method? So when you understand the offer, can you break down the offer so that you can create something that'll be cut and paste? Do they need content, in order to exercise this? Can you give them that content so that they can cut and paste it and really get started right away? If you're going to do this, have some content created by somebody that understands content and product creation. Have something real put together for them. The other question is, now, can you help your buyer understand how to implement the contents? And so you want to create the original content, or have it created. A great way to do this is to really get a case study. is to get a case study of someone who has gone through the process and give them that case study, which is a step-by-step program as to how they can actually do it. These are great bonuses because they're going to get that buyer started, they're going to get them implementing quickly, and they're going to recognize that when you offer it to them for buying through your link. Now, here's something that's very popular these days, which is to offer interviews. And actually, interviews are good, but they might not be valuable to the buyer. Okay, interviews are going to give them insight, but they won't necessarily get them implementing quickly. So while you can offer interviews, if you don't have anything else, you want to try to answer the 3 questions that we just talked about. Now, there's also Facebook and Skype groups. This is a very popular bonus to be offered. And these are good bonuses because people do like to connect with others. However, it's very time consuming on your part. So you're going to have to be there for every minute of that Skype group in order to make it worthwhile. So you want to be careful about offering Facebook and Skype groups as a bonus, even though they will create value for the buyer. Now, you want to make sure that your buyer understands the value of your bonus. In other words, you're going to create your own sales page and write copy for your bonus. So in other words, you are going to write this or have it written just as if you were selling the product yourself. And you're going to create your own sales video for the sales page. In other words, yes, you're offering a bonus, but you're going to create this as if it were your product. Your bonus is your product. You're offering it on top of the actual affiliate product because it's giving that buyer real value. Now, you want to be clear in spelling out what they're actually getting. And again, this is a sales process. You're going to be writing copy, and so you want to be clear in letting the buyers know how much they would pay if they were to have created what you're providing to them. So when you tell them what the bonus is, tell them what the real value is. Tell them what the street value is. Tell them what they would be paying if they were to have this outsource, which they're going to have to do in order to implement the method that you're selling to them. And once again, the key to this, right? The key to this is providing real value to the buyer. So you're going to be able to set yourself apart from all the other affiliates by providing real value. And you're going to give them something that's really going to be something that they're going to be able to use. Now, all products, and this is an important thing to mention. All products are incomplete. Every affiliate product, every product you're going to market as an affiliate, they're all incomplete. And you can always find something that will give that buyer some additional value. And so you can find something to help that buyer, but you're going to have to go through the process of understanding the product. You're going to have to go through the JV tools. If you can, you're going to want to get that product in your hands so that you can see what's really being offered. And you're going to be able to do this the more that you are performing as an affiliate. Now, I want to go through this quickly, and it is important. And this part of it, you're going to have to create the bonus and the marketing materials. Now, once again, this is going to be another one of those things. If you shortcut this, you won't get as many buyers. Now, if you just execute this strategy, just as we're saying it, and you don't necessarily spend a lot of money, you don't spend a lot of time, you are going to get more buyers if you just execute the strategy just the way we're presenting it to you. However, if you shortcut this part of the process, you won't get as many. So what you want to do is when you're going out to get product creators and copywriters and graphic designers to help you with this, to help you put together a bonus, you're establishing a relationship. So this is not, you don't want to treat this like a project. You want to treat this like a real part of your business. And because you're marketing digital products, here's the key, right, to the strategy. Anytime that you're working inside to make money online, that you can help that buyer by giving them good graphics. Those are extremely important. That's really almost going to help them over and above everything else you do. Yes, you can write good copy and give them content, but if you give them good graphics, you're going to be able to take those and they're going to be able to pretty much implement right away and start selling. And that will really help them. But you're going to have to, again, invest in really helping them. Invest in good graphics so that they'll have something to present. Now, it's almost impossible for people to visualize the value of what they're getting. So you're going to need to help them as much on your sales page as possible. So give them exactly let them see what they're getting from you. Give them as many visuals as you can. So let's sum up. What is this super affiliate strategy? What are you really trying to do here? You are going to treat your bonus like a product. That really is, it's almost simplistic, but it is going to be the difference between a person choosing your bonus over someone else's bonus. And when you put the effort into this, now if you're going to ask how much should you spend and how much time should you spend, you should allot whatever you can that your budget will allow. You obviously don't want to put yourself in financial harm in order to do this, but you want to set aside money in your budget, right? In your business budget in order to do this, to treat your bonus like a product and to put the effort into selling. You are marketing a product as an affiliate. You're not just putting a link out there. What super affiliates do is they treat their bonus to the buyer as a product. So even if you have a list, you can get a good share of buyers by having a superior bonus. And when you're creating a good bonus, yes, you are going to want to use money and time, but you're going to want to create real value. So that really is the key. You're really looking for what's missing in that product. You're looking to get the buyer started faster. You're looking to get the buyer more than what they would get otherwise if they didn't have your bonus. That's really what you're doing. And, when you are creating good value for them, you have to create superior market materials for your bonus. In other words, you've got to create a sales page for your bonus. You need to create something that's going to get them interested. You're going to create something that's going to make them want your bonus as much as the product, if not more. Now, the more that you generate good sales for other product creators, you're going to start showing up on leaderboards, and they will give you an earlier look at the product. That might be something that you're looking at this strategy, you're thinking that could be a sticking point. How am I going to get that access to that product? How am I going to get it before these other people that I'm creating? And part of that is going to be just showing up on the leaderboard or just showing up as having made a sale. And the more that you execute this strategy, the more that you treat your bonus as a product, you are going to sell more of that product, and you're going to get on the radar of some of these product creators, and they're going to be willing to give you an earlier look at that product. And ultimately, as is the case with everything you're doing in business, develop good relationships with your partners. And this is going to be easy. So develop good relationships with the people that are creating your bonus. Develop good relationships with the affiliates. This is going to make this strategy work, and it work extremely well time after time again. So with that, thanks, and have a great day and pleasant tomorrow. Take care.
Hello and congratulations on getting access to this video course on Affiliate Marketing 101. Now, while we will be talking about the basics, we'll also talk about some advanced strategies at the end of the video course. But before you can get there, you need to understand the basic fundamentals of affiliate marketing, what's true, what's not, what's reality, and what's hyped up. And sometimes hype can be reality, but it's just multiplied by 10 times. So my goal in the beginning here is to kind of bring you back to reality. And that's why we're going to talk about mindset first. So in the making of this video course, I want to make sure that you have the most realistic view of affiliate marketing without all the hype, so that we can ensure that you are in the right mindset before we get started. And I'm a big believer of talking about mindset before we jump into the actual concepts and the fundamentals and all that, so that makes you absorb data in a more effective way. Now, the reality is that with affiliate marketing, there's a lot of hustle. And what I mean by that is that you're going to have to do a lot of work. You're not going to do as much work compared to that of a vendor, but there's still a lot of work involved. And as long as you know that this is a real business, this is not a side thing, this is a real business, and that you understand also that you don't want to focus or get too attached to one specific product that you're promoting as an affiliate, and you're flexible, I think that's a better word, then that will help you succeed more. So as long as you understand that, you kind of need to have the mindset of, okay, let's just go with the flow. Let's just see what happens. It works, it doesn't, it doesn't. We learn from it, we move forward. All right. So not every product that you test is going to work. Sometimes you'll have to test 5 products and it's not going to work. But then you'll find that one product that converts like crazy, and it'll typically make up for all the products that did not work. And I want you to understand that there's a lot of opportunity out there and a lot of money to be made in this industry, regardless of what niche it is. But at the same time, even though there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of money to be made, there's a lot of time to be lost as well. So now what I want to do is give you a quick overview of what's inside this video course, so you know exactly what to expect, and that way you're going to be able to implement everything faster, and you're going to be able to see all the pieces of the puzzle. So obviously this is video number 1, which is the introduction to the affiliate lifestyle. Video number 2 is going to be about what affiliate marketing really looks like. So we're going to bring you back to reality. And video number 3, we're going to talk about the advantages. Video number 4, the disadvantages. Video number 5, types of affiliate marketing, different payment structures and all that. And video number 6, we'll talk about reviewing the product. Now, while this seems basic, 90% of affiliates that we've watched actually don't do this. And by not doing this and skipping this process, you actually lose out on your conversion rate. And we'll show you why. And video number 7, we'll talk about incentivized bonuses, which is an advanced strategy. And video number 8, we'll talk about how to go from affiliates to private deals, which allows you to make more money. So with that said, let's move on to video number 2 and talk about what affiliate marketing really looks like. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 2, and in this particular video we're going to talk about what affiliate marketing really looks like. So up until now, you've probably seen the hype out on the internet telling you how rich you are going to be. You might have seen all the screenshots that other super affiliates have made and all that. But the key here is not to put those expectations as reality before it actually happens, right? Or else you won't really go anywhere. It's kind of like going to a movie and expecting it's going to be the greatest movie ever, and then when you watch it, you realize that it's really hyped up, the trailer was hyped up and all that, and then you become discouraged, right? So what ends up happening is you become discouraged, and that seeps into your mindset, and that actually, unfortunately, sets you up for failure. And I don't want that. I want you to be starting with reality first. And that's the reason why a lot of affiliates, when they go into affiliate marketing, they don't do real well. It's because they have that mindset. And like I said in the previous video, sometimes you'll test 5 or even 10 products and you might make a couple $100s here and there, but it's not really what you expected it to be, right? So that's why it's better to go into this expecting nothing. I mean, expect that you will react how it goes, what happens, and you'll just move forward, right? So I will say that while some of the hype is true, some of it's not, affiliate marketing is just like any other business. And you might be thinking, yeah, I know. But I really want to harp on this because most people don't realize that it actually affects their mindset, not now as you're beginning to start, but 75% through when the going gets rough and things get tough. So the point I'm trying to make here is that businesses take time to build. So don't worry if you're learning things and you're not getting it right the first time. Affiliate marketing, obviously, compared to creating your own product as a vendor, there's a faster rate of you actually making a profit than starting your own product. Product creation takes time. Not only that, you have to do customer support. You have to do a lot more than affiliate marketing. With that said, affiliate marketing is a little bit riskier in that sense, primarily because at the end of the day, you do not own the product. Now, how is that riskier? Well, in other words, what happens is the vendor could take down the product. And then if you've invested all this time and money into promoting their product and you haven't found other products that are similar, then that campaign is done. So that's why it's a little bit more riskier, because you are in certain respects relying on the vendor. So in other words, you need to find good vendors that will actually be there, vendors that are long-term, vendors that do not really have a short-term mindset. And in addition to that, you need to find good products as well, right? You need to make sure that the people selling these products are ethical as well. Are they going to be in business for a long, long time? Or are they doing a lot of things under the table or all that, and maybe they're building their business on quicksand, essentially? So if that's the case, by you promoting their product, you're also building your business on quicksand as well. So you need to make sure you either have good vendors or you do affiliate marketing in such a way that it will be long term. So you need to make sure that they also have good customer support for their customers. One thing that we found over the years is that some vendors, they have a really good product, but they don't have good customer service. So what ended up happening was we would send 100 sales, and out of those 100 sales, 50% of the people would refund, and that was not good, right? Because they did not have good customer support. And once we figured that out, we didn't promote them again. So that's why as a vendor, you need to make sure you have everything lined up so that you have affiliates constantly promoting it for you. You need to take care of your affiliates. On the flip side, as an affiliate, you need to look for vendors like that. Because like I said, as you can imagine, the refund rate is high when you don't have good customer support and all that. And you might spend money as an affiliate to acquire that customer, right? And if they refund and they have a higher refund rate, you have lost a good amount of money or a good amount of time. So that's why in my first video I talked about how you should not become attached to one product. Because if the vendor were to take it down, or you find out that it has a higher refund rate and you've become attached to that one product and you love it and everything like that, then you'll feel like, wow, I spent all this time and money, all this, and the vendor took it down, and you start feeling remorseful, you start feeling angry, and then it seeps into your business. Now, I'm going to show you later down the road in the other videos in this course, I'm going to show you how to protect yourself as far as that goes. What do you do when a product goes away? What do you do if there are not really multiple products that are similar? So we'll talk about that and how you can find profitable products and make sure that it is a long-term venture or not. Now, in terms of what happens if the vendor decides to totally take the product down, what you could do to combat the loss of potential traffic, if you have traffic going to that offer, is you want to definitely create links that can be redirected elsewhere. So obviously you don't want to direct people directly to your affiliate link. You want to cloak it using something like clickmeter.com or something similar like Bitly, and use that to direct the traffic to your affiliate link, so that if anything happens, you can always change that link to something else. So that's one little tip that I'm talking about now, but we'll talk more about it later down the road. Now, keep in mind that affiliate marketing is very profitable and I love every bit of it. However, it definitely takes a certain type of person to be successful, and that person must be able to persevere no matter what. If you have the thinking, I want to win, I want to get the winning product out of the gate, that's not going to happen. that might happen 1 out of 100, but very rarely does that ever happen. But if you go into this thinking, okay, I got to test 10 different products, and that's fine. I'm going to learn something new as I test these 10 different products along the way. I'm going to find golden nuggets. If you have that kind of mindset, you're going to be more likely to be the person that succeeds. That said, the beauty of affiliate marketing is that, of course, you don't have to do as much as the vendor does. So therefore, as you begin to earn money, you can take more vacations. You don't have to worry about checking customer support or doing everything that a vendor would have to do. So in other words, there's a little bit more freedom. However, there's a lot of risk because at the end of the day, you're relying on the vendor and you're not the vendor. But when it comes to affiliate marketing, I will say that it is very rewarding if you know what to look for. And that's the goal of this video course, to help prep you for that. So with that said, let's jump in and talk about the advantages of affiliate marketing so that by the end of the middle of the video course, you will have a better realistic idea of how things work so that you can be better prepared and can make a better informed decision. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 3, and let's talk about the advantages of affiliate marketing. So we briefly discussed a little bit about this before, but the beauty of affiliate marketing is that you don't have to do everything that the vendor does. And that includes the following. For number 1 is you don't have to provide customer support extensively. You do have to provide a little bit of customer support, especially if you offer a bonus. Bonus meaning somebody gets it for free if they buy through your affiliate link. So it's an incentive to buy through your affiliate link. However, that said, that kind of customer support isn't extensive, meaning that it's not complex at all. You can either do it yourself or you can hire somebody to do it for you. And typically in that case, you don't need somebody who has the ability to troubleshoot really rapidly. So in other words, it's a lot easier to find these people or do it yourself. And we'll talk more about bonuses and how they can help you convert more sales and ultimately beat your competition. And by competition, I'm talking about other affiliates that are selling the same product. But other than that, you don't really have a lot of support compared to that of the vendor. Another advantage is this: you don't have to update the product. I mean, think about it. This is a huge one. In fact, as a vendor, a lot of times you have to update the product, right? If it's a software, you have to update the features and make sure that it's compatible with everybody's computer and makes it work. If it's a video course, you need to make sure that the content is updated and not outdated. Or if it's an ebook or a content piece, same thing. And the thing about affiliate marketing is you don't have to worry about any of that. And that's the beauty. Another great advantage is that it takes less money to actually get started. You do need a little bit amount of money, but not a lot. But that amount of money needs to be focused on, number 1, reviewing the product. Number 2, traffic and making sales. Number 3, it could be landing pages, setting up landing pages, web hosting, domains, items that you use in your videos, things like that. But there's basically not a lot of overhead as far as that goes. So you don't need to have a lot of money, but you do need a little bit amount of money and some basic expenses. Another advantage is promoting somebody else's products can usually take days or weeks max. And I say max because a lot of times it can take days or even a day or less than a day. So with affiliate marketing, usually the process goes like this. You look at somebody's product, you find it, you buy it, you review the product, you figure out why somebody would want to buy that product, and then you figure out the weaknesses, the strengths, everything about it. You create your bonus, and then you set up your own review site. And then you can focus on traffic and conversions and all that. But usually at the end of the day, after setting up your bonus, incentivize, landing page and all that, that usually only takes about a day or a few days, honestly. Now, there is a learning curve. Of course, you're going to need to master or get a better idea on how to drive traffic, or you're going to need to hire somebody that really understands that area. But at the end of the day, that's really all you need to have. Once you master traffic, in fact, you can sell your own products. So there are many different traffic sources that you can use. You can use paid traffic, you can use search engine optimization, which is ranking on Google or ranking on YouTube. But the reality is that you're not having to worry about 20, 30, 40 different moving parts that the vendor has to worry about. For you, it's typically like 10 or 15 moving parts or less. So with that said, let's move on to video number 4 and talk about the disadvantages. Hello and welcome to video number 4, and we're going to talk about the disadvantages of affiliate marketing. So as you already know, affiliate marketing is based upon promoting other people's products, right? So that in itself says that you have no control over the vendor or the product itself. So in certain respects, your business is in the hands of the vendor as far as promoting the products. But now that you understand that, you need to do things like building your email list, which is very basic. But if you do that, it doesn't matter if somebody takes it down. You can always switch it to a different vendor, a different product, or a similar product in that niche. And that's the beauty of affiliate marketing as long as you're building a list. Back in the day, like decades ago, I remember when we would promote a product, we would send traffic directly to the vendor's product, and then we'll make sales. But then we found out, typically weeks later, that we were sending traffic to an offer that didn't exist, or the vendor just decided to take the product down without ever telling us. And this is something that happens day in and day out. A lot of times there's a lack of communication between you and the vendor. Having an email, that in itself can be an advantage, but it can also be a scary thing at times, especially if you have a product that's a really good product, you're making a lot of money, and the vendor just decides to quit, right? So that's why in that case, there are other things that you can do, which we'll talk about in just a minute. So having an email list can be an advantage, but if the vendor takes down their product, that alone can be a scary thing at times. So you're kind of living on the edge. But that's why I said, if that's you and that's your perspective and that's your expectation of what's real and what's not, then it's not going to become a surprise when that happens. But I will tell you that happens a lot. So let me put this in perspective. Vendors come and go. That's the nature of how things go. In the last decade of being an affiliate marketer, I've seen hundreds of vendors come and go. And a lot of times vendors, they'll get into these ruts where they'll create totally brand new products. Like, for example, one vendor often will create 10 to 20 different products every single year. And if you think about how many vendors there are, you could find 10 really good vendors. One of those products eventually will become outdated, right? So if that's the expectation that you have, then great. You are now aware, and you're aware of something that not a lot of affiliates are aware of. So that means that affiliate marketing often has a short-term cash flow for each product. So making as much as you can during that short-term period of time is key. But at the same time, that's why I say you got to build your list. If you don't build a list, you're building an affiliate marketing business that will fail. Not if it will fail, it will fail. So in other words, if you've worked really hard to produce a winning campaign, you're either going to need to find a new vendor to replace the old if that ever happens. So you need to make sure that you have a backup plan, or you need to work out a special deal with them, assuming you've made them a lot of sales, and say, hey, I've made a lot of sales for you. I put a lot of time and effort into this. How can we make a deal? Maybe you can make a special deal just for my list. Or maybe they're going out of business and you can just buy the whole business if it's making you a lot of money. So there's a lot of different avenues that you can take. Don't quit. Just think about the possible solution that there potentially is. And if not, you have to get into that mindset of letting go if there is no option. And this is why there is so much hustle involved and it's more of a short-term strategy than a long-term strategy. So what are lessons that you can learn before you get started? Well, when you promote a product, you want to ask yourself a few things. So ask yourself this. Number one, are there similar vendors? Are there similar products with affiliate programs? So if you find a product that you really like and you promote it and it does really, really well, at that point, and only at that point, begin to look for products that are similar and then approach other vendors, and you could possibly promote those products to your list and say, hey, you've bought this product, or I've showed this product, but here's a similar product, check it out and see which one converts the best. But while you're doing that, you're going to have a backup plan. It's even better if there's 2, 3, 4 different products, different vendors. You can figure out which vendor is really willing to work with you and which vendor is not willing to work with you. Another thing we found over the years is that vendors that are willing to bend over backwards and work with you, oftentimes you're going to be able to make more money doing that. Vendors that weren't really open to working with us a lot of times ended up being very, very small campaigns. Yes, they made a little bit of amount of money, but not a lot. So typically you want to find at least, like I said, 3 or more really good products, so that if one vendor takes their product down or they go bankrupt, you always have that backup plan. And that's really why I'm harping on this, because we've been in situations in the past where we promoted one particular product, we've been really excited about how much profit it was pulling in, and bam, vendor takes the product down or they disappear totally and there's no other products. So in that case, you could see it as we lost all the time and effort that we put into it. Or you could see it as a lesson to make sure that you have a backup plan. Now, if this happens to you, you need to ask yourself a second question, which is, if there is none, is this a product that you can hire somebody else to produce and you becoming the vendor? Because if you can do that, you'll actually make a lot of more money. You already got traffic flowing to the product, and then you not only do you get a cut, you get the whole cut because now you're the vendor. So that's more of a long-term strategy that you can take. But the question is, how willing are you to put all the effort into that? Because being a vendor does take a lot of energy and time. But at the end of the day, your long-term business is going to stretch further and your profit margins are going to be a lot higher. So that said, it's often better to have a long-term strategy, to have a mixture of both your products and products that you promote as an affiliate. And that way you're not hustling all the time. Hello and welcome to video number 5. And in this particular video, we're going to talk about types of affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing actually covers a wide variety of different payment structures, different structures in general. And what I want to do in this particular video is talk about briefly about each type. And then what I want to do is give you some examples, real life examples and websites that you can actually go to and find products and services that you can promote and get a cut of revenue based on that type of affiliate marketing. Now, compensation can also vary depending on the product itself. So let's talk about the first type. The first type is pay per sale. This is actually very, very common, and most affiliate programs cover pay per sale. And all this means is that you get paid every single time somebody purchases a product or a service. So let's say, for example, that somebody is selling a piece of software. If it's a monthly product, that is $100 per month. And let's say, for example, that you get 50%, you're going to get $50 per month per sale. Now, I like recurring products because once you have referred somebody and you've worked hard to do that, if that product has a good retention rate, meaning how long that person will stay in that membership site, let's say, for example, the average retention rate is 2 years. If I refer that person and they stay for 2 years, that's 50 times 24. So 50 times, for example, 12 is 60. That would be $600. So I'm getting $600 a year, ultimately getting $1,200 2 years. And knowing that they have a good stick rate and knowing that the vendor actually cares and takes care of their customers, that's why it's so crucial in finding good vendors. But knowing that, I know that I can spend a couple $100s just to acquire that customer or pre-sale that customer. So that's pay per sale. It also can be a one-time product where somebody buys a video course for $20 and you get 50% of that, and that's that. So the majority of affiliate programs are based on this particular payment structure. The second type is pay per click. This means that you basically get paid every time somebody clicks a link, meaning let's say you send 1,000 people and out of 1,000 people, 100 people click. And the vendor says, okay, so for every click that you send, I will give you $1. So if you, out of 1,000, you get 100 clicks, that's $100, right? Now this isn't as popular, but it's out there. So I just want you to be aware of it. Now the third type is pay per lead. In this case, you're sending traffic, and if a prospect fills out a form, or they fill out some sort of requirement, like they fill out their zip code, for example, or they fill out the whole form, you might get payment for that action. So essentially, pay per lead is whenever somebody fills out a form, becomes a lead, essentially, or does a specific action. Now, this often times is also called cost per action, or CPA in short. There are tons of networks out there where you can find a lot of these: pay per lead, pay per action, fill out a form, or even the second type, which is similar, which is pay per call. The fourth type, which is in relation to the pay per lead, is pay per call. And this is a CPA structure as well. And what this means is that based on the requirement, if somebody calls on the phone via a special number that they give you, and they meet the requirements, such as they call and they're on the phone for 15 minutes, you might get $30 for that call. Or they call and they give their name and phone number, you might get a certain amount of fee. So they're not really buying anything, they're just taking action. But the vendors that are getting these leads, they know well enough that, okay, if they get this lead, that lead is most likely going to convert into whatever sales. So oftentimes they're willing to often pay $30, $40, $50 per lead. And that's pay per call. Now that you understand the different types of affiliate marketing, let's discuss different sites that you can go to find these deals. So let me go ahead and go to my browser and let me show you now. So as far as websites that you can go to find products to promote as an affiliate, as far as the info products go for the pay per sale, jvzoo.com is a good site to go to. Let me show you the address bar here. That's jvzoo.com right here. So jvzoo.com. This is a great place to sign up as an affiliate, and it will give you the actual stats on how the product is selling and all that. So you'll need to come here, sign up as an affiliate right here, JVZoo affiliate, and then you'll be able to find products. It'll tell you the refund rate and all that. That's another thing you want to look for, is the refund rate. If a vendor has like a 10% refund rate or even a 20% refund rate, you might want to steer clear of those vendors. Another site is clickbank.com. That's clickbank.com. And clickbank.com also covers a lot of info products, but they tend to cover a lot of niche-based info products. So if we click on Affiliate Marketplace here, as an example, you will see a lot of different niches, not just internet marketing or online business, but you'll find other things like computers, cooking, diets, games, politics, parenting, everything that you can think of. So that would be the pay per sale. Now, there's a lot of pay per sale in terms of physical products as well. You can do Amazon.com and get like a 4% commission. And you can look into AliExpress as well for the e-commerce type physical products. But as far as that goes, those are the popular sites. Now, you can actually make more money as an affiliate to info products. Now, when it comes to something like pay-per-click, there's not really any companies that we have tested and recommend, but you can go to Google, you can type in get paid per click, and make sure you do your due diligence. Make sure you research beforehand. But there are some companies out there that will pay you per click. But a lot of times it's not a lot of money. It's like a few cents for every clicks. So that's not really what I would recommend as an ideal situation to make money. Usually the pay-per-sales better, pay-per-lead is also good as well. So as far as the pay-per-lead or pay-per-call, maxbounty.com is one of the top CPA networks, and that's maxbounty.com. There are tons of other CPA networks out there as well that you can make money with, but at this time, maxbounty.com is the one that we've actually used and tested. Another one, which is pay-per-call, would be ringpartner.com. That's ringpartner.com. And that's it. Hello and welcome to video number 6. We're going to talk about reviewing the product. Obviously, before you can promote the product, you need to review it. And before you get up and say, well, why are we even covering this? Isn't this common sense? It is, but to an extent, it's not. Because what it's going to reveal to you are advanced strategies and things that 99% of the affiliate population just aren't doing. And because they aren't doing this, this is your advantage. Now, what we found over the years of testing many different products over the last decade and a half, literally over 500 different products that we've promoted over the years, tested, reviewed, and all that, we found that the majority of affiliates out there do not test the product. They just go ahead and promote the product, which is riddled with bugs. Now, that's not to say that every product is going to have bugs. We've tested products out and it worked really well. And then when it launched, customers would find bugs. That's the reality. But in doing so, we've noticed a pattern, and that pattern is that the majority of people don't review. And not only is that unethical, it'll actually hurt your reputation. And if this is a long-term business and you've built an email list of subscribers, you want to make sure that you're honest and direct with them, right? So by testing the product, it is actually an advantage to you, because by knowing the ins and outs of it, it'll actually help you not only in the area of gaining trust from your future fans, and more importantly, getting them to buy, but it's also going to help you create an incentivized bonus. So if you take a look at a product and you find that, let's say that it is weak in a certain area, then you can fill that area where it's weak and turn that into a bonus. Does that make sense? So if you look at a sales page and you feel like, man, this is weak because of this area, like maybe the training is weak, then you could fill that gap. And we'll talk more about that in the incentivized bonus video, but that's a way of creating a bonus. And that's why if you review the product, you will know that. If you don't review the product, you'll never know that. You'll just use a bonus and slap things together that may not really make sense. And then when somebody buys through your affiliate link, they're going to say, why is this even here? And they're not going to buy from you in the future. But if you put together a good bonus that fills in a gap and a weakness that's very obvious, and they buy it, have a good experience, and they realize that you have filled that gap, they're more inclined to actually buy from you, if that makes sense. So, because the fact is that other affiliates aren't reviewing it, and that's 90% of the affiliate population, if you do that, you will actually stand out. Now, sometimes you can get the product for free and review it, but that's not really going to happen unless you have a prior relationship with the vendor, or typically you've made them a lot of sales in the past. If that happens, great. If that doesn't happen, that's fine too, because you can buy it, show people that you've bought it, and see it as an investment. So invest in it, review it, and if you really love it and like it, and like the ins and outs of it, the features and all that, you're more likely to create a review that sparkles. And it's because it becomes something that you're passionate about, right? So like I said, purchase the product first or ask the vendor to give it to you or whatever, test it out, and try to pinpoint areas of weaknesses and strengths, and then jot it down on a piece of paper. So write it down. All the products have weaknesses. I don't care what product it is. Every single product has a weakness. So as long as the strengths outweighs the weaknesses and the product works, of course, you can make sure that you list these out so that you can discuss them in your review videos and your review pages. Now, this will actually help you when it comes time to create your incentivized bonus, which we'll discuss in the next video. And that is going to be an advanced strategy. So up until this point, we've covered all the basics, and we'll talk about some more advanced strategies in video number 7 and in video number 8. Welcome to video number 7. This is an advanced strategy, and this is incentivized bonuses. In other words, if you want to know how the super affiliates make a lot of money with affiliate marketing, it really comes down to what we call incentivized bonuses. So when it comes to affiliate marketing, the downside is one really good product is going to have tons of affiliates, sometimes thousands of affiliates. So the question is, how do you stand out and how do you compete against hundreds or even thousands of affiliates promoting that same product? And a lot of them might have incentivized bonuses, but if you have the best incentivized bonus, you will win. Now, the key is to realize that if the market is big enough, who cares how many affiliates there are? In fact, we have moved into markets as a very small marketer compared to a lot of big marketers, and realized that, wow, like we actually got on the top 10 compared to these people who have big lists of millions of people. But at the end of the day, when we analyzed out of the 10 people or the people on the top 10, we would analyze them and find that a lot of them would slap together just random bonuses. So that's why I'm saying here, it doesn't matter how big you are. At the end of the day, as long as you have a really good bonus, that's key. So that's how you compete with hundreds or even thousands of affiliates. So the best way of approaching this is by offering an incentivized bonus, which means you're telling prospects, hey, if you buy through my affiliate link, you will get this bonus that fits the weakness of this product for free, right? So who's not going to want to buy a product and get a bonus for free that is going to fill the gap, right? So you want to make sure that you're transparent about this. Let them know, review the product, and then let them know the weakness and why your bonus fills the gap so that they can make the best informed decision. And I can't tell you how much this will help you. This is going to help you a lot. In fact, I'm going to show you how to go about doing this in just a few minutes. So in other words, they could either buy the product directly and that's it, and they don't get the bonus, or they could buy through your affiliate link, get the product, but also get whatever additional bonuses that you are attaching to that product. I mean, if you think about the prospect, the buyer, which one are they going to choose? Obviously, the latter, right? They're going to want to choose the product and get the free bonus along with it. They're not going to want to just buy the product itself, right? I can't tell you how many times a lot of people have bought the product and came back and said, I wish I knew about your bonus, right? Plus, realize this, like I said earlier, as super affiliates, we've come to the realization that most people really don't review the product rigorously. They might look at it, glance at it, but they don't review it rigorously. And thus they come out with bonuses that really don't convert or really have nothing to do with the actual product itself. But because now you know the secret sauce, now you know that a very small percentage of people actually do this, this is something that you can actually do. So you need to buy the product, you need to test the product out, you need to find the weaknesses and be transparent about them. Now, people who buy from you will ultimately love you, You might only get a few in the beginning, but they're going to love you. They're going to come back. They're going to buy similar products through your affiliate link. And that's the goal is, yeah, you might maybe only make 10 or 20 now, but those 10 or 20 may really like your bonus to the point that they're going to come back, right? Your goal is not just to make a one-off sale and that's it. Your long-term strategy is to build a list, build a relationship with that list, sell products that are really good, that are attached with really good bonuses, so that time and time again, they're going to come back, right? So let me give you an example here. Let's say, for example, that a product is a piece of software. And this is something that we personally have done. So we have a piece of software, we look at the software, we review the software, we find that the software is actually very hard to use. So we look and we find that the software has zero training. So guess what? The weakness in this case is that the software lacks training. So what you could do in this case is create a training course that helps people who bought the software better understand how to use it and how to use it more effectively. Now the key here is to realize that in this case, obviously you would have to spend sometimes days or even weeks learning the software in and out. But at the end of the day, you will have something no other affiliate really wants to do, which is spend a week reviewing the software and figuring it out yourself. So I found that market tends to be untapped, typically because nobody wants to spend that amount of time. And software can be very tedious to learn as well. So can you imagine who will make more sales? Exactly my point. Does that make sense as to why this is so powerful? So this is one little tip that has made us a lot of money. So make sure that you use this to your advantage. So congratulations, you have reached the end of this course. This is going to be the last video, and this last video will be video number 8, and this is going to be an advanced strategy to help you essentially make more money. So this is going from the short-term affiliate strategy to a long-term private deal strategy. So essentially you're moving from affiliate to a long-term deal. And this is extremely profitable if you generate enough sales for the vendor. So number one, you can contact them to get a higher percentage of commission. Say for example that you've generated them 100 sales or more. You could go to them and say, hey, I've generated you hundreds of sales. Would you be interested in increasing my commission from 50% to 10%? A lot of times vendors, especially for products where they don't have a huge overhead, they're willing to often go up to 75%. Some of them are going to even go further than that as well. Some of them will stick to the bottom if it's software. Software is another thing. A lot of times they'll stick at 50%, and it's harder for them to move up because they have a higher overhead with having to hire programmers and all of that. But keep that in mind, you can always work out a very private special deal where maybe they offer something to your list, something like an incentivized bonus. So for example, maybe the vendor can offer a special bonus such as a product that they normally sell for free for your customers because they know that you're already making sales for them. Naturally, as a vendor, they're going to want to make more sales for you because it makes more sales for them, right? So they know in a way that whatever you're doing traffic wise or conversion wise, it's working. It should be in their best interest to bend over backwards and work with you to help you make as many sales for them, right? So that's why this can move from a short-term strategy to a long-term strategy. So I would do that. I would say, hey, do you have an incentivized bonus that you can offer my list? Or do you have a product that you're normally selling that you could offer my list for free? And we've done that, and many vendors have opened up and said, hey, no problem, no big deal. Now, we have had a few vendors that have said no, and normally those are harder to deal with. But the ones that usually have your best interests in their mind they normally should bend over backwards. That should be a normal thing. But that is, of course, only if you brought them 100 or more sales. Don't expect that if you haven't brought any sales, or if you've only brought a couple sales. Only expect that if it's brought, a few hundred sales. And when you're at that point, it makes sense to move to a long-term kind of venture. Now, oftentimes we found that a good vendor is the difference between pennies and thousands of dollars earned. So in other words, if the vendor is willing to work with you, that is usually a win-win situation. So hindsight 2020, looking back, a lot of times we found that the vendors that were easy to work with and that were willing to work with us, we made a lot more money with them. The ones that were not willing to work with us, not willing to offer exclusive bonuses, the vendors that were lazy or just didn't want to do anything, a lot of times that those promos would just become stagnant and they wouldn't go anywhere. So that's a nice little tip. If you're a vendor watching this, make sure that you support your affiliates as much as you can. And especially affiliates that are doing well, reach out to them. Say, hey, what can I do to help you, kind of thing. They don't budge. Usually what we do is we go to their competition. We show their competition, hey, we've made 100 sales for your competition. Do you have an affiliate program, and would you be willing to work with us? Most of the time they would say yes. So that's just something to think about, that there's always avenues that you could take. There's always going to be roadblocks, and there's always going to be avenues and solutions that you can take. You just have to be willing to look for them. So that's the strategy that we would use, those two strategies at the very end on video 7, video number 8. And those will typically help you be the literal 10% of affiliates, because the 99 or 90% of the affiliates aren't doing videos 6, 8, 7, or 8. So I hope you enjoyed that video course. I know that was basic with some advanced strategies, and maybe at another time we'll talk about more advanced affiliate marketing strategies. So with that said, go ahead and make sure that you take some action.